Like I said in the first video I made about the Orlando shooting, guys, my thoughts go out to the victims' families, and I do hope they find some closure out of all of this barbaric bullshit. Hello, everybody, the Quiet Atheist here. Today I'm going to be talking about some really disgusting Christians, some morally bankrupt Christians who believe in a morally bankrupt system. Now, I know that we are no strangers to these horrible people, but I want to drag them out into the light because they deserve to be exposed as far as I'm concerned. I want everyone to see just how horrible these Christians are and how horrible their religion is. So, first loser up is Pastor Steven Anderson. The genius says there are 50 less pedophiles in the world. He also criticized any Christians who showed empathy for those killed in the massacre. That's right, guys. He criticized other people for being actual human beings. It kind of tells you where his morality is at this point, which is in the garbage, by the way. And as far as pedophiles are concerned, Pastor Anderson, look into the religious circles that you run in because you will definitely find them there, not within the LGBTQ community. Do you know, Pastor Anderson, that I have a complete list of over 400 registered sex offenders who are Christian? I can make a video about that if you want me to. Bottom line, stop accusing people of being something that they are not. But then again, you are actually used to making claims without providing any evidence at all in any way, shape, or form. You're an idiot and get a life. Next up, we have the Westboro Baptist Church. We are no strangers to their bigotry either. They spit their venom every chance that they can get, to be honest with you guys. They basically say that this alleged God opened his armory and sent that shooter to polls to get rid of them filthy gays. They make your stomach turn when they speak, right? I know that it happens to me. For the record, WBC, it is you that is filthy. It is you that is morally bankrupt. Next up, we have Christian pastor Roger Jimenez, and he basically says the same thing that Pastor Steven Anderson said. He says, hey, are you sad that 50 pedophiles were killed today? No, I think that's great. I think that helps society. I think Orlando, Florida's a little bit safer tonight. He also says it is unnatural for a man to be attracted to another man. The tragedy is that more of them didn't die. Well, like I said before, Pastor Jimenez, look within your own religious circles if that is what you seek. You will find plenty there. I would also like to point out, asshole, that homosexuality can be observed in over 1,500 species. So, yeah, it is completely natural, and you are an idiot. Try actually learning something instead of believing in a fairy tale. It might actually help you in the long run. Next up, we have Pastor Perry Noble. He says, I don't think this is a gun control issue. I don't think this is a gay issue. He also says, I don't think, even if you really want to boil it down, this is a religious issue. He also says, I think this is a heart issue, whatever the fuck that means. I think the biggest problem in our world today, he says, isn't anything that we can legislate or pass a law against. First and foremost, Pastor, educate yourself. Your ignorance is shining brighter than the sun could ever hope to shine. Yes, it does turn into a gun control issue when guns are being placed in the wrong fucking hands to carry out these barbaric actions. The Muslim who did the shooting was interviewed by the FBI not once, but twice, yet he was still allowed to purchase firearms. Sounds like a gun control issue to me. According to bigoted Christians like you, this is a gay issue. You idiots are actually talking about the LGBTQ community like they are affecting your personal lives somehow. And that is ridiculous. Just let them live their lives and be happy. What is so fucking hard about that? Honestly, keep your religious beliefs to yourself and stop trying to run other people's lives. That would be easy as far as I'm concerned. But I know that that's probably something that you would definitely find to be very difficult, you fucking idiot. I like to think that you are intelligent enough to do that, but for some reason, I doubt it. Another thing, it is a religious issue. Christians out there like you feel the need to run the LGBTQ community through the fucking mud because their existence goes against your religion. Some of you even feel the need to share Bible verses that advocate for the deaths of the LGBTQ community. How pathetic is that? Pull your head out of your ass, man. Really. Do you honestly know what I think one of the biggest problems in the world today is? No? It is religion. We see what it is doing to people. We see the harm that it is causing. Innocent lives are suffering, and it has to be stopped, as far as I'm concerned. Next up, we have Pat Robertson. Yes, our favorite neighborhood crypt keeper. He says gays and Islamists are allies, so let them kill themselves, basically. Wow, this guy is really dumb. Hey, Skeletor, they were never allies. Those Islamists hate the LGBTQ community just like you do. I just thought that I would point that out. However, I think that the pile of dust you have for a brain might not be able to receive any information, which actually explains a lot, to be honest. Here's what you need to do, Pat. Stick to conning people out of their money because you are a terrible person here. Next up, we have religious right activist coach Dave Dobermeyer. I believe I've made videos about this guy in the past. He claims that the people murdered in the Orlando shooting were sacrificed by the devil to advance his larger goal to implement gun control and prompting the government to attack Christians. Damn, I actually think that this guy is just as bad as Alex Jones. All I have to say to this is it really makes me sad to see people like this who use a fairy tale to justify their belief that guns and religion are more important than innocent lives. This makes me physically fucking sick. I want everyone to know here and now that I think that Americans deserve to have their guns. I just think that there are certain things within the system that do actually need to be fixed. Next up, we have Pastor Brian Fisher. You know that I cannot make this kind of video without including this village idiot. Guess what he wants? He wants to heal the gays. First of all, Mr. Fisher, there is nothing wrong with the LGBTQ community. They are people just like you are, and they deserve to live their lives with happiness. You and all of these other people out there like you do not have the right to take away their happiness, plain and simple. What they do need to be protected from is the stupidity of your religion and what it has to offer. That's it. The sooner that you realize that, the better off they will be. They have a right to share their love with whoever the fuck they want to share it with, and if you don't like it, that is too bad. Actually, try minding your own business for once. Last but not least, we have Pastor Matt Barber of Liberty University, and he says that he hopes the homosexuals repented before they died. You know, guys, I am actually glad that I am at the end of this video because the stupidity that I am seeing coming from these people is offensive to no end. I am actually surprised that they are able to walk and chew gum at the same time. I say that the only way that this stupidity is going to stop is if we continue to fight it. We continue to expose this morally bankrupt system and the individuals involved within it so that people can actually see what they are all about.